Good afternoon, Howling supporters. First and foremost, do want to apologize for the late start. At the sanctuary, we're working on extending our Wi-Fi network. That way, not only do we as staff and interns have Wi-Fi throughout the compound in case of emergencies, but also so we can do events like this throughout the year that show you guys animals off of the tour path, since we do the same animals every time. However, of course, when we went to the enclosures that we were going to do, the ones that we tested throughout the week to make sure the Wi-Fi was working and we could do this for you, naturally today it didn't want to connect to the internet. So what we're going to do is going to be a little bit different than normal. We are going to do one enclosure on this live today. It is going to be very short, but so you guys can get the experience of going live with the other animals that we had intended to do today. We will record that and then post that before the end of today. That way you guys can watch it. But in the meantime, we will go see Laser and Amron. And real quick, I always forget how to loop the camera. So with us today, we have our enrichment coordinator, Danielle, who made a bunch of cookies that are frozen in ice. So on the inside, they are a bunch of beautiful flowers made out of oatmeal food coloring, and we also have spritzed them with some organic animal, sorry, English, hard every time I do these, guys. Some scents that are floral. And so the reason why we are doing this today is because of the Vernal Equinox. And so that is officially welcome spring. And the wolves here are doing great at welcoming spring with the shedding of their winter coat. Mr. Laser Wolf here is absolutely a rock star at doing it. If you guys had seen him a couple weeks ago, he looked like a shaggy dog, but he is starting to look great. And for those of you that are just now joining in, because I know we didn't have everyone at the forefront of the video, our Wi-Fi network that we are working on improving, even though Danielle and I had tried to test it out this week and it worked successfully. Naturally, the day of the live, our Wi-Fi did not want to connect. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go in with Laser Amron. This is the tippy top of the sanctuary where we always have internet, so that's what we're connected to. And then after we do Laser Amron and hang out with them for a little bit, we will end the live here, and then we'll record the animals that we were originally going to feature on the live stream. We can go in. Laser, excuse me, nope, we're going here. But then we will upload that before the end of the day. That way you guys can see the animals we intended for you to see. But for now, we've got our interns coming in with Laser. Come here, Laser. So he's like, nope, I know. Oh, hold on, I'll hand it to him. Laser doesn't have any eyeballs. Do you want your ice cookie? Laser Wolf. Here. Oh, so close. Yeah, take it. Good boy. Also in this enclosure, we have Amron, who our intern Paula is working on giving her that enrichment. Amron is definitely a little nervous with all of us being in here, but obviously Mr. Laser Wolf doesn't mind. He's an excellent animal when it comes to enrichment. As you can see, he has already broken up his ice to get into his cookie, so he has figured it out really quickly. And I'll go over this way so you can enjoy him some more. And like I said to you guys, you can see that Mr. Laser Wolf has shed most of his winter coat at this point. The outside of his enclosure is just lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff. And stuff is in stuffing, but from his body. And so here he is already decimating the flower portion. Let's see if he can find the stem. Good boy. for those of you who don't know Laser Wolf's story, he came to us last year and he was in pretty bad condition as far as like his weight and his health went. He had not been properly taken care of before his life here. And so, as you guys may notice while looking at him, he doesn't seem to have any eyeballs, and that's because we took them in order to improve his quality of life. So when he got here, he was entirely blind and was diagnosed with a condition called pannus. And in order to treat that, we were having to give him eye drops twice a day, every day. And he did not enjoy that experience one bit, and it made caring for him and providing that care very challenging. And so we consulted with our vet, who has been treating all of our animals for several years, and comes out to our sanctuary to provide veterinary care for them monthly once we start hitting spring. Our original vet day for this year, our first one was supposed to be today, but if you guys have looked on our stories, I'm sure you've noticed that we've received lots and lots of snow in the mornings. And since we have a clay-based soil for the roads out here, it actually makes the roads pretty untraversable. So our vet is having to reschedule it. But anyway, so he's like, time to go say hi to friends. But anyway, so since he was completely blind and his eyes were causing him a lot of discomfort and anxiety when we were having to put those eye drops in, we opted with our vet's advice to take them, and his quality of life has improved so much. He's been in this enclosure since before he had the double enucleation, and so he knows it pretty well. Of course, he does occasionally run into things, but the rest of this enclosure is really flat. And the reason why we do this is to make sure that he doesn't have many obstacles getting in his way. And so you can see Miss Amryn over there. Laser's probably trying to find her cookie. He's got a good sniffer because he doesn't have any eyes. Oh, did you find it? You gonna find it? Oh, so close, so close. There you go. That's not nice. You took hers. And we'll make sure Amryn gets some special treats today since Laser took her cookie. We may be able to get Mowgli and Agana, who we initially wanted to record for you guys, since they're right over here. We will give it our very best, and like I said, if we are unable to get all of these enclosures, then we will record and upload by the end of today the rest of those enclosures. So we've got our interns here helping us out. This is a very fun thing for them to do. And once we're locked, we'll open this other gate. Oh, good. So I don't know if you guys can see, but Amryn was able to get her cookie. Perks of living with a blind animal is it's pretty easy to steal from them. So if my Wi-Fi goes out, I do apologize in advance. This is maybe pushing the extent of the Wi-Fi network. So we are going to do Mr. Mowgli and Agana, hopefully. So you can see Mowgli over there at the very back. Agana is somewhere in the back as well. Thank you so much for your support, Mary. We really appreciate it. So here are Mowgli and Agana. They very well may not approach since we have several people here. However, they will absolutely enjoy the enrichment whether or not they get it. Yeah, go ahead and toss it. Good throw. Okay. Nice. So, you can see Mr. Mowgli trying to decide if he wants to come up. Agana is going to follow his lead. If he doesn't come up, then she likely will not. Agana is a hands-off animal by choice. She's been with us for many, many, many years, and she has just never seemed to warm up to people, and that's totally okay with us. You know, our animals here are rescues, and they haven't always come from the best conditions. They haven't always been socialized as younglings, and that can make it hard for them to warm up to and acclimate to people. And Mr. Mowgli here is a really special animal, and I say that with all the love in the world, special enough to hide from us, apparently. Mowgli and I are friends, so maybe he will come up while everyone else is hiding. If not, we'll just look at his handsome face. So Mowgli is one of our animals that actually no one here will go in with, and that's because he is a very, very spicy and danger boy when people are in his space. And so in order to accommodate that, we've actually got this beautiful shift pin that you guys can sort of see, maybe if I back up. So here we've got this shift pin, and that's where he gets fed, and that's also where he gets placed whenever we need to go in and clean his enclosure. And so the reason why no one goes in with him is because prior to his life here at Wild Spirit, he had several incidents that were so alarming that it is just seemingly not safe to go in, especially while he is still young and agile. Maybe when he is a little bit older, we can revisit that. But for now, he really enjoys his life with Agana and interacting with his favorite caretakers through the fence. He also likes to chase and yell at his least favorite caretakers when they walk by. So he's a really confident and beautiful boy. He's also the son of a couple of the animals that we wanted to feature today, Fenris and Freya. So what's really cool is, I'll see if I can zoom in for you guys. Oh, so way back there is Fenris. And Miss Freya, it doesn't look like we can see her, but Fenris and Freya are actually Mowgli's parents. And we also have one of Mowgli's brothers, Sitka, here as well. And it's really funny because looking at these animals, the only one that we really see resemblance to is Freya. Sorry, Mr. Mowgli's hiding. So he's probably not going to come up, but maybe if we give him another minute. Oh, maybe not. He's definitely like, nah, fam, gonna hide back here. That's okay. We can maybe try and get Jasa an enrichment item. So what's really fun, yes, Sirius is still at Wild Spirit. He's in our back 5 enclosure. And so there definitely isn't Wi-Fi down at the back yet. But we'll give Jasa, our coyote, some enrichment for you guys. The coyotes never get featured in these because they are so shy. All of our coyotes have been, were born in the wild, and they were actually taken from their dens as pups, sold at auctions, things like that. So we've got our intern Paula gonna toss into him. Nice. The trees are sometimes big obstacles for us. So Jasa, again, may not come out. We'll see if we can get eyes on him. But so since these guys were wild born, but then born and raised in captivity, they're actually not eligible to be released into the wild due to the acclimation to and reliance upon humans for survival. Wildlife, and canids especially, or predators especially, do a lot of learning, a lot of critical learning when they are puppies. Just like when your puppy is young and you're raising it and you're starting to teach them behaviors before they become an adult, because the earlier you sink those in, the more concrete they are. The same happens in the wild. So during that socialization or learning window, these animals are learning from their parents and their litter mates how to interact with one another. They're also learning how their pack hunts, how to capture their prey, and really watching and learning from the adults in their environment. So when you take a wild animal out of that environment and then place them into captivity, they are not learning those skills. Therefore, even though Mr. Jasa was born in the wild, if we were to release him, he likely would not survive. Maybe if we released him here where we have tons and tons of meat, he might find a way to scrounge and stay alive. But in the most part, he doesn't know how to interact with the wildlife. He doesn't know how to capture his own prey. So that's why we have him here. And so it does look like I am getting a notice that my Wi-Fi is slow, but we've also got Miss Agana trying to get her enrichment, so maybe we can head back over there. Well, maybe she may decide if I walk over it's too scary. Yep, that's exactly what she's doing. So these are the only enclosures that I can reach on our current network. I will, and I promise, try to, I'll try to connect to the other one again. And if I do not become live again in the next couple of minutes, we will record the rest of the enrichment and upload it for you guys tonight. So fingers crossed, I will see you guys in just a moment. All right, guys, so unfortunately I was not able to get our internet to work, but like I mentioned, we are recording this for you and we'll upload it. Before we shoot to Kiara, I had mentioned Fenris and Freya. We can actually see Miss Freya here. She's very excited and puffed up, and there's Mr. Fenris. So Freya looks a ton like Mowgli. These are really the only two we see a resemblance to. But that's her. She's barking because we've got a lot of people around. She also doesn't know what's going on. But we will start with Miss Kiara, who is very excited to receive her treat. So go ahead, Ellie, toss yours in. Nice. Good girl. And now we can throw to Kovu. There you go, Emma. Oh, yes. Good boy, Kovu. You got it. You got it. You got it. You can do it. Get it. Good boy. So we'll get a look at Kiara. Kiara is a really fun one because she gets very angry when Kovu comes by her when she has a fun snack. Hi, pretty girl. And so she's also positioned perfectly to where we can see Kovu in the back. Oh, he has decided he doesn't want his popsicle. So maybe he'll come back around, but otherwise we can watch Miss Kiara. So Kiara and Kovu have been companions for pretty much their entire life. And as you can see, they have been paired for forever based on their names, Kovu and Kiara. 5 points to whoever knows where those names originate. Kovu can't decide what he wants to do. Hey, buddy. Handsome boy. We may get some Kiara snarls if he continues to think about coming this direction. So as you guys probably could have, you could tell by the beginning of this recording, is that Kiara is way more confident than her companion Kovu. She was right up at the fence, even though there are 5 of us humans over here, and she was very, very excited to receive her treat. And Kovu is a lot more shy than she is, and he actually is very particular about who he wants to make friends with. So for a long time, Kovu was considered a high-maintenance animal here, and that's because he's very interesting in the way he communicates. So most animals and canids exhibit very similar body language because they need to be excellent communicators in order to survive in the wild. The pack must be oh, Kovu. We'll not look at that. We will zoom in on lovely Kiara while she eats her treat. But so they have to be amazing communicators in the wild in order for the pack to thrive and do well together. And Kovu exhibits some very atypical behaviors. When he comes up to the people he likes to solicit for attention through the fence, he will lean up against the fence and ask for pets. However, he almost immediately starts grumbling and growling very loudly. He puffs up a little bit and he starts basically, whenever you start petting him, he gets even more loud with his vocalizations, and the moment you stop, he will also direct some of his anger towards where your hand is. And so a lot of the times, the people that he likes actually just maintain a relationship with him through the fence because he exhibits very similar behavior inside of the enclosure as well. If he approaches someone and asks for attention from them inside of the enclosure, he often gets very angry when they decide to step away or that it's time to leave the enclosure. And at that point, he will then again direct that frustration at the caretaker. He has jumped on people and snapped in their face, and most of the time that behavior would be considered very aggressive. And yes, it is aggressive and dangerous, but Kovu is doing it because he really wants his people to stay with him forever, and that's also why he gets angry when they stop petting him through the fence, and he just doesn't know how to properly exhibit that behavior to express the frustration without it being a danger to his humans. So like I said, a really interesting animal because he doesn't communicate normally, and that makes caring for him a little bit more challenging. And Miss Kiara here is a darling angel, except for when Kovu tries to steal her stuff. She's very social, very friendly, loves going for walks, but my favorite fun fact about her is, well, besides the fact that she's going to steal Kovu's stuff, my favorite fun fact about her is that while she loves going for walks and getting pets from her keepers, she will often put her feet out and ask you to touch them. However, she hates having her feet touched. She gets very mad if you try and do that. And yet, at the same time, she will continue to paw you and try to get you to pet her feet. So she's a very silly lady, but other than her paws, she's about all of the attention. Hi, Vu. Yeah, you gonna pee? You wanna come say hi? So you could hear Kiara giving him some vocalizations. And she's in this position so she can jump up if she wants to take it from him pretty easily. Hi, Vu. Are you hiding? You want to come over, say hi? Yeah, you tell him. Hi, Vu. You want to come say hi? So you guys can get a better look at Mr. Kovu here. He thought about coming to say hi. You also saw him or heard him do some light whining and vocalizations. That's because he does like some of the people that are around. However, since there are many of us, it's very scary, and he doesn't want to approach while there's so many around. So we will leave Kovu and Kiara now, and then we will head over to Denahi. You want to come say hi? No. All right, good job, Kiara. You pretty girl. Hi, Vu. Handsome boy. So Denahi has been waiting very patiently for his cookie, and he's very excited for it. All right. Ready? Yep. There we go. Right on the splash tub. And Alu may or may not come up for her cookie, kind of like Amryn. She's pretty shy. Don't you dare go where I can't see you. He's like, I'm gonna go where you can't see me. Hey, Denahi. Good boy. So Lou is deciding not to come up, and Mr. Denahi, oh, thank you. I thought he was just gonna give us his butt. That still may just happen. But Denahi is one of our most passionate animals when it comes to treats and enrichment. He is so much excited about that we often have to separate him from Alu when it comes to feeding, because he would absolutely steal all of her food, and we like to make sure all of our animals here get to eat, even though that's not what he wants. Oh, we can see Lou a little bit. Hold on. There she is. Hey, Lou. Do you want a cookie? She's like, maybe not. There's 5 people. That's very scary. Mr. Denahi is still in his little yoga position. So Mr. Denahi, to make him extra excited for this enrichment, was recently, oh, good girl, good job. He was recently put on our wolf diet, and the fact that he is now getting a little bit less food during our feeding days because he has become a little chunky. And one of the things that we do for all of our animals each year and as frequently as we can is get what's called a body condition score on them. And the reason why we do that is we like to monitor their weight to make sure they are eating an appropriate amount. So Mr. Denahi, the last time we did a body score check on him, we could not feel his ribs. And if we can't feel an animal's ribs, that means that they are too large for their structure. A perfect body condition score, if you're familiar with the chart, is around a 4 or a 5. Or even, I believe it goes up to 6, but don't quote me on that because, you know, if I'm not looking at the chart, then naturally I may be lying to you. But so he is now on a diet, which makes his enrichment even more fun. But what he doesn't realize is that oatmeal and ice are still fine for an animal on a diet, just like it is for humans. Oh, maybe Lou will come up. Good girl. And a Lou is a hands-off animal. And you may be wondering, how do we get body condition scores on animals that won't let us approach or touch them? And that's one of the reasons, one of the very many reasons why we vet our animals yearly. So Miss Lou, for her vet days, she actually gets sedated and then receives all of her medications and all of that good stuff while she is under to reduce stress on her, because holding her down and doing things like the body condition score or vaccinations would be pretty stressful and traumatic for her. So for animals like Denahi, we can check his weight pretty frequently because he is a very happy and social boy, loves going for walks, loves giving kisses, all of that good stuff. So we can monitor him a lot more closely than we can her. And another way that we can check their body condition is in the summer, once they've shed all of their winter coat. The coat is so thin during the summer that it's really easy to get a look at their body and see how they're doing. So even if an animal has not been vetted yet for the year, once spring to summer starts coming, in addition to that's when we do our vet visits, we can keep an eye on them that way. So it looks like that's all we're going to get from Lou. Are we doing Fenris, Freya, or Aries and Haiku?
We can do either. Preference?
Cool. I think we should do Haiku and Aries.
Broke our final one in half because Jocelyn got a single.
Yeah. So the next animals that we are taking you guys to see are Haiku and Aries. And you guys definitely haven't seen a lot of these animals before when it comes to our videos. Haiku is one of our newer animals. She came to us during the large Minnesota rescue that we did last year. The one where we got 2 adults, Haiku and Larka, and 4 puppies. And those puppies are Iro, Zephyr, Hella, and Dorian. So this right here is Aries. Good boy. And Aries came to us from the Kansas rescue, also that we did last year. Last year we had a bunch of, get it. No, Aries, no, he wants to go steal hers. Yep. Yeah, she got it, didn't she? Both Aries and Haiku are young animals. Hi, buddy. Hi, it's just my hand. He's like, do you have anything that is maybe more meat-based for my snack? Hey, bud. And you guys can hear the howls in the background. Aries is trying to decide if he wants to eat his cookie or join the howl. But like many of our animals, food comes first. And something I do want to point out, since we see it here in the background, this chain link, you might be wondering, why is that in their enclosure? And that's a really great question. So you can actually see right behind Aries over here, we've got poles up, but no panels in there. And that is because we are in the middle of a project where we will be putting that fencing up. However, we can't do all of our projects in one day, unfortunately, as much as our team is small and mighty. So that's there temporarily while we wait to have all of the staff to do that. And we are most staffed on the weekends while we're open to the public. So hopefully that will be completed soon. You can see Haiku standing on a little hill over there. Hi, pretty lady. And so we haven't done the DNA test on Haiku yet, but we are fairly confident that she is the mother of our 4 puppies based on how she looks and how they look. When we got her, they were very adamant that she was not the mother and that the mother was another animal. However, based on how that animal looks and how Haiku looks, we're I'd say 95% certain that she is their mom. And Aries is one of our favorite boys. He's very social. He's a big boy. He's got beautiful eyes. Come here, buddy. Come here. And we often call him Mr. Piddles because when he gets excited to see people, hi, buddy, he will often exhibit really submissive body language and walk up to the enclosure with a kind of like tucked tail, youngling behavior that they would do to kind of parents in the pack. And then he will also submissive pee. And all of that is just really sweet baby behavior. So he gets very excited when his people come up. But obviously right now, the chance for food is much more exciting than the chance for pets. As much as these animals, the ones that love us, they love us with their whole hearts. Food usually trumps that love, and you know what? That's okay. That's just who they are as animals, and we can love them as our number ones, even if food is their number one. And I do believe that is all that we have for you guys today. I again apologize that the Wi-Fi did not work out quite the way that we were wanting. But hopefully, even though this isn't live, I hope that I hope that it has been a fun experience for you to see some of our kids off of the tour path getting the enrichment items. Hi, Aries. You want to come say hi? Come say hi. Boop. Hi. He's waiting for the interns to throw him more food. We're out, buddy. You ate it. And Haiku's just keeping an eye on everything. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. And of course, thank you guys for the support as always. We are very grateful. Hi. Very grateful for our howling supporters and all of the support that you guys give us. We could not do this work without you. And so a really heartfelt thanks from everyone here on the team. And we hope you have a really fantastic rest of your week.